Last time I did my first FTP test, and the result wasn't amazing, but that's okay, because that's only the starting point of this journey. I have to mention, your support on that video was truly amazing, both in the comment section and by the side of the road at the Portuguese one-day race. Pedro, you're an absolute legend. Anyway, now the real work begins, and what better way to do so than pretending I'm a professional cyclist, booking a flight straight to Tenerife to take on my first 10-kilometer climb. But before we do that, I've got a side quest to take care of. I noticed my 15-second power, so my sprinting power was a mere 788 watts, and I thought to myself, well, I can do better than that. So after setting up my brand new Zwift Hub Smart Trainer, I jumped on Zwift for a short sprinting session. Sprinter's Playground is a Zwift route I'll use for this, specifically the first sprint segment, Tower Sprint Reverse. Roughly 300 meters in length, 21 seconds at my speed. But I'm trying to beat a 15-second power record, not a 21-second one, so I'll use the first few seconds to get up to speed. Anyway, here we go. This green line is where the sprint starts. That's where I'll start picking up speed. Let's go. If you looked closely, you could see that I sprinted entirely in the saddle the entire way through. That's because I've got this fear of sprinting out of the saddle on a smart trainer. I know the thing can handle it, but my mind can't yet. So over time, I think I'll get over that fear. That aside, did I break my 15-second power record? Yes, I did. 788 towards 869. So roughly 100 watts upwards. That's great. This is actually one of the first times that I went above 1000 watts. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. Anyway, time for Tenerife then. Tenerife is widely known for its spectacular beaches, busy nightlife and wonderful weather, but in cycling, Tenerife has a different meaning. It is one of the go-to places for cycling training camps thanks to that wonderful weather, but also thanks to other factors like a cycling-friendly driving culture and the terrain, but it's not easy terrain. Tenerife is home to Mount Teide, training ground for many World Tour professionals like Remco Evenepoel, the entirety of Jumbo-Visma like Jonas Vingegaard, Wout van Aert and Marianne Vos, plenty of the big guns. But let's be honest, Mount Teide, 51 kilometers to high altitude, I can't ride the entirety of that. That is just impossible at the moment. That being said, in the future, I do want to reach the top of this volcano. During my first few days in Tenerife, I did a few short rides, and that was basically to get outside again, because most of my rides are indoors, so descending, cornering technique and so forth doesn't happen in indoor riding. But obviously, I came to Tenerife with a mission to take on my first 10-kilometer climb. We're staying in Puerto de Santiago. If I take the road north, I would directly hit the bottom of Mount Teide, literally 100 meters further. And the first 10 kilometers of Mount Teide there would be the hardest 10 kilometers of that climb, with gradients around 7% in many cases and even up to 15% in certain corners. Honestly, I've got zero confidence I can achieve that right now. Instead, I plan to go south, taking the long way around. I remain by the coastline for quite a bit, hitting a 2.5 kilometer climb in the process, after which we go land inwards and we hit the proper 10 kilometer climb. Starting off slowly with gradients like 3 to 4%, but towards the middle and the end of the climb we hit 7 to 8 to 9 to 10%, so it gets harder towards the end. And obviously what goes up must come down, so back to Puerto de Santiago in the end. So anyway, that's the plan. Let's get started.
That was steep. Oh, 1.3k into the ride and I'm already dead.
We're now heading towards the first of our two categorized climbs, stopping out after 2.3 kilometers in Abama, often reaching 8 to 11% in the process. Anyway, let's see how we do.
Oh, come on, Benji. Supposedly that's the top over there, according to my GPS. So let's hope that is the case. We've made it. We made it to the top of this fast 2.5 kilometer climb. The big climb today is like 10K, so I'm gonna be suffering, but come on, we're gonna get through this.
I surprisingly survived that, but the biggest challenge is yet to come. This is my attempt at my first ever proper climb from El Balito to Vera de Erques. Basically the first 10.6 kilometers of one of the sides of Mount Teide. Let's go.
What a stunning view. Actually beautiful. Here we go, the climb has begun. Come on, Benji, you can do it. Starts off roughly at 3%, which is in my opinion doable. But once it goes towards the 8%, somewhere halfway to climb, that's where I'll struggle. Two kilometers in, 8.8 to go. And that was an easy part of the climb. We have 4K into the climb, and I feel like this is where the steeper parts will start. So 6 to 8% are coming, and I'm so not ready. I'm dying. Oh, this is 8%, 100%. 6% uphill, plus full-on headwind. You gotta love it. Come on, almost there. 5 kilometers to climb. The hardest part of the climb. The hardest part of today's route. Pretty sure this street is the steepest part of the climb. Please tell me this is it. Please. Please tell me this is it. I think this is the top.
I suffered a lot to get there, but I made it to the top. I successfully climbed my first ever 10-kilometer climb. Some of you might think I can do this every day, multiple times even, but when it comes to me, I had never done this before, so this is a significant step forward in my journey of cycling. Stats-wise, I spent about an hour doing this climb, a 10.6 kilometer climb, so it's definitely not the fastest climbing performance in the world. That being said, 174 watts for this period, I'm quite happy with that. Opening up the Breakaway app, I can see that I actually broke my 45 and 60 minute power records, but that doesn't mean much because I had never done a performance of that length before. But it's important to say that this one challenge, reaching this one challenge, is just for motivation purposes. This won't make me much better. That's what the training is for. Next time, I'll be diving deeper into that training. So if you want to check that out, definitely subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.